long time since I filmed. I want to say probably 2 weeks almost. So I don't know. There was no excuse. I was just being kind of lazy and just not wanting to put on makeup or do anything for the weekends. So yeah, so I am filming finally. I'm going to film my end of the month haul for November. It's not quite end of the month when I'm filming this right now, but we still have like a week left. Thanksgiving is Thursday. I can't believe that. This time last year, Dan and I were made a cross country road trip to my brother's house in Indiana, yeah, not Illinois, Indiana, and saw my parents and everything for Thanksgiving. So I can't believe it's been a whole year already. And this year we're not, doing anything. It's just the two of us that will be at home cooking for each other, well, for ourselves. And I have to work on Friday, unfortunately. So that is such a bummer. But yeah, so it's just going to be us. And I just figured I'd film my haul now because I'm not really expecting too much to come in by the end of the week. And just like, it doesn't even look like I have that much. So I'm pretty surprised actually. So that's pretty good for myself. But Black Friday, some Cyber Monday sales are coming up. So of course, I might have to do a whole dedicated video to those shopping excursions. And I don't go out on Black Friday. Like I said, I'm working. But of course, I always take advantage of internet shopping and the deals on the internet and everything. So that will probably be a separate video when that comes in. But let me start with actually what I'm wearing on my eyes today. It is... I said in my Sephora holiday bonus event sale that, this is the least amount of items I've ever purchased during a Sephora sale. But I did say, I can't promise that I won't place another order. You never know. And of course, on the last day of the sale, I was just like, fear of missing out. I was like, oh my gosh, I need to get the Natasha Denona Metropolis palette. I was like, you don't need it. You've already waited this long without buying it. It's okay. You don't have to have every single Natasha Denona palette, which I don't anyway. But just seeing everybody's pictures and seeing how gorgeous this palette was, I was like, oh my God, just get it while it's on sale. Go ahead. So of course, you've all seen this already, and it's just these beautiful, I love the greens, and it does kind of remind me a little bit of the gold palette, but definitely still unique. So that was what I'm wearing on the eyes today, and I'm so happy that I bought it. It's a quick 3 shadow look that I just slapped on. I'm wearing, I hate this little plastic thingy rope, which is this tan shade all over the lid, and then I put a Zoic, this kind of shimmery brown shade here in the corner, in the outer corner, and last is Orium, which I just love this shade. It's this shimmery kind of shadow topper, this third one here. It has kind of a gold green kind of reflect to it. It reminds me a lot of her eyeshadow toppers, like the ones in the little jars. There was like a gold green one in that, so it kind of reminds me a lot of that. So that is what I ordered from the Sephora sale for the last day. And of course, I placed a couple more things in that order itself, which I am wearing on my lips today. It is the Lawless Beauty lip. Oh, I just got a bunch of Natasha Denona shadow on my hand, of course. It's Lawless Beauty lip gloss in the shade Manuka. I had my eye on this probably the past couple sales, but I just never pulled the trigger, or it sold out like right away at first. And so it was in stock, and it's like this pretty kind of, it looks like a terracotta rose shade, but it's actually very sheer, kind of peachy shade itself. It's the first kind of, I have the Lawless Beauty setting powder, like a little mini of that, but I haven't even tried it yet. So this is like the first actual product I've tried from Lawless Beauty. I love the smell of the lip gloss. It just smells fruity and kind of candy. I think I like it better than the Fenty Gloss Bomb scent. This is just, yeah, it smells divine. And so it's kind of a, not like a thin gloss formula, a little bit thicker, but it doesn't feel too sticky or anything or goopy. So I like it. Yeah, so I'm really happy I picked that up during the sale to try that. I was deciding either between the Lawless Beauty lip gloss or the Patrick Ta lip creme, and it was just so hard to figure it out. So I was just like, no, let's just try the Lawless Beauty. So I'm glad I picked that up. And last was this fresh little cute ornament gift set that I just thought was adorable. I think the fresh products are kind of pricey for the full size. Like the full size sugar lip scrub is like $24 or something for a lip balm. I don't know. So, and of course you always get the minis and like the Sephora play boxes or like little promos or something. So, but this set was just super cute, and I just really like the caramel hydrating lip balm that you get here in the center. And then you get these two little minis of the sugar lip scrubs, which are shades that I was interested in but didn't have already, which is Spice and Honey. So I just thought that was a nice cute little gift set to get, the 20% off, of course, and try those shades out. So that was all I got from the Sephora sale on the last day. And of course, they came out with that email that you spend $50 and they'll send you another 20% coupon like the week of Christmas or sometime in December. And it's like, wow, they are really going all out with these sales and discounts. I think they're just, have to keep up with the competition of Ulta and other retailers. So I'm not complaining. Of course, there's always something I'll find to buy. So yeah, why not? So that will be another order I'll have to place, of course, soon. Let's see what else. I'm so excited. I got the Pat McGrath Divine Rose Mothership palette. It's her number 7 Mothership, but they don't actually say it on the packaging. The packaging is just stunning. This beautiful picture with these roses and gemstones. And I thought it first been said it was going to be a Selfridges exclusive, and I was like, I don't believe that. They always, just say that, and I'm gonna wait till it comes to Pat McGrath or Sephora, because I'm sure it will. And then like it sold out right away on Selfridges, and I'm like, oh my gosh, maybe it really was gonna be Selfridges exclusive. So my friend Susie notified me when I was back on Selfridges, and she has a Selfridges account, so she was very kind enough to order it for me, so I didn't have to pay for the shipping. And so I managed to get my hands on it. Sorry, the packaging is very reflective and fingerprinty, but I mean, when I first saw pictures of this, I was just like, oh, it's kind of neutral and basic, but it's still gorgeous. Like, it just seems like a very nice everyday palette. And I just love the like mauve tones, and of course her 4 special shades here. Oh, those reflex and shine. I just can't wait to play with this. So I know tons of people already probably did videos about this, but I might do a get ready with me using this palette. And of course it did come to Pat McGrath like right after I placed this order, but that sold out like within a few hours too, I want to say, on her website. And she is saying, it is extremely limited edition. It will not come back after. So I don't know. We'll see. I mean, she did say that about the Decadence palette, and that hasn't come back. So maybe that is one of those rare gems that you just, have to get your hands on. So yeah, I was just so happy to add that to my collection. I purchased a few things from Beautylish. I purchased a few things from Beautylish. I think when the Jeffree Star Mini Controversy palette was back in stock. That whole Shane Dawson Jeffree Star collab that broke the internet was so freaking frustrating. Beautylish's website wasn't working. Jeffree Star's website, I couldn't even get on the whole day. I could not get on that. Beauty Bay, Morphe, they were all having like delays, but like Jeffree Star's was definitely the worst. So I couldn't even get some of the like exclusive items that were just solely on his website. But Beautylish wasn't too bad. Like, I didn't have to wait too long, and I managed to get a few things from there. A lot of stuff I do resell on my Mercari account, so it's not like all for myself. So I have that linked below. If you haven't used Mercari before, I definitely recommend. I think it's better than eBay because it's more kind of curated, I think, to more like people that are looking for certain items. Like I find a lot of like makeup and stuff that I resell on there just does really well on Mercari versus eBay. So I did purchase some items that I already sold on Mercari, but I do have a couple other stuff. So if you want to check that out, go ahead and you use my link for a first-time sign-up, so you get $10 off your first purchase, I think. So that's a score. But I got the Mini Controversy palette for myself, and I have the larger palette, the Conspiracy palette. That's on its way when it restocked on Beauty Bay, I believe. So that's on its way because I already sold the one I managed to get from Beautylish. So yeah, this is super cute. I just love the little imprints on it. And of course, they just said that they're releasing the other version of this palette coming in December where there's like a green shade in the center instead of that Diet Root Beer shade. And everything else in this palette is the same. But of course, I want that green shade, but I don't know if I'll buy the whole palette. Pippa, stop hitting the tripod. Sorry, Pippa is going crazy with the light. So I got that for myself from Beautylish because it restocked on there. And yeah, that green shade, I think they said it's going to be released as a single. So maybe I'll just get the single and skip the palette or whatever. So when I got that, I also ordered this cute little adorable Anna Sui eyeshadow single. It's just this beautiful little butterfly packaging, and she has multiple shades, but I only got one because, you know, I don't need all of them. This is beautiful purple shimmery shade with that butterfly imprint. So yeah, I picked up that. And I picked up the set of the Juno & Co. microfiber sponges. I've seen, I think, Tara Babies talk about this, and she likes them. I think, you know, I just figured, I think for a set of 4, it was like $25 or something. So, I mean, I have plenty of beauty blenders in my backup, but I wanted to try a new sponge, just like a velvety texture. And Tara Baby says when you wet it, it does get like super huge. So, you know, it's not so good getting into the smaller portions of your face, but, you know, I figured I would try it. It's cute colors. Like this one is Lemon Drop. This one is just regular blue one. Lavender Velvet, the pretty purple one, and Rose Velvet, this pink one. So yeah, I figured for the set that was a good price for them. Also, this was a separate Beautylish order, but they get me every time with their pre-orders where they can text you or notify you like, hey, do you want us to help you place an order to get these, you know, up and coming or new releases, you know, everything. So when Sonia G has her new eye brushes that she was releasing, I forget what the set was called, but the blue sparkly handles with the ombre black, and her little logo here has this, I don't know if you can see it here, has that S kind of like that design on it. Oh my gosh. So I have been very good and passed on like some of her face brush sets and everything, because I'm like, I just can't spend that money, especially because once I get them, I have a few Sonia G brushes and everything, but once I get them, I can't bring myself to use them. So I know that's horrible. I just like, they're so beautiful, and I just feel like once I mess them up, once I have to wash them, it just won't be the same again. And I know that's ridiculous, but I just love keeping them kind of on display and just admiring them. But yeah, so she was releasing the eye set here, and so I got the little text from Beautylish, hey, do you want us to place the order? You could get it by, you know, the 19th. And I was just like, yes, okay, you got me. You caught me at a weak moment. Go ahead, place my order. And I got the brushes. So, you know, they sell out right away, and there's handmade and crafted in Japan, so they take a while to restock and everything. So I was just super excited that I did go ahead and bite the bullet and place this order. Now if I could bring myself to use them, we'll see. I mean, I feel like I'm better at using eye brushes because I just, you know, love using eye brushes more than face brushes. So I think maybe I'll use these, but they're just so soft. Oh my gosh, the hair on these are like so silky and smooth. Oh, I love them. So I got that from Beautylish as well. I forgot about these. I thought I got more from the Sephora sale at the last the last day. Sorry, I forgot about these totally. So I guess I did order more than 3 items. So I got the Shiseido concealer. Yes, Synchro Skin Self-Refreshing Concealer in shade 201 Light. Here. So I don't wear concealer too much, but I hate the one that I have because it's so messy and gross, by Arborian. And I think I saw Mel Thompson haul this in her Sephora sale. And so I was like, I have that on my radar. Let me just go ahead and pick it up during the sale and try a new concealer. And I think that shade looks a little light neutral, but I think it will work for me. So try that. And I also got this, I don't remember whose YouTube channel I saw it on, so I apologize. But she hauled this, and I was like, I never even saw it before in Sephora or anything. I'm like, oh my gosh, that looks beautiful. I need to have it. And it's a bronzer. It's by RMS Beauty, which is another clean beauty brand on Sephora. It's the Luminizing Powder Madeira Bronzer. So I love the packaging, the acrylic clear packaging, and it is pretty big. So I was surprised by the size of it. And the only thing is, it's a bitch to open. There we go. So this is the bronzer, and it looks kind of dark in the pan, but I think when she applied it, she's fairer than me. When she applied it, it just looked beautiful, and it has like a slight sheen to it. And let me touch it. Ooh, it just feels like silk. It's so fine. Like finely milled. Ooh. So it does seem pretty dark when I swatched it there, but I did, kind of not use a light hand. So I think if you just use like a fluffy brush and kind of brush it over your cheeks, that will make a very nice flesh and bronze look. So yeah, I just, saw her haul that, and I was like, I need to try it. That's why it's so bad watching other people's hauls, because you just get these ideas and you're like, I need to order that. I need to have that. Like, it just enables you. So I can't help it. From Ulta, I know I haven't really placed too many Ulta orders because they just weren't like giving me any, things that I really wanted or needed. I mean, I just placed one recently, but that was like after 2 weeks or so. So that's really good for me. But Ulta finally, well, not finally, because Becca, like, I totally forgot about this collection. It's the, I don't even know what they're calling it. Pearl Glow Shimmering Eye Palette and the Pearl Glow Luster Glow Powder. So I remember seeing this like back in summer and like thinking it was stunning and beautiful, and then it never came out and I totally forgot about it. And then just recently Becca released it, I guess, on their website. So this is the packaging. It's like a pearlescent white color with this beautiful lilac trim on it. Released on their website. So I was like, oh, that took a while. Was something wrong with it? What happened with the manufacturing? Who knows? But I'm glad I waited, because then Ulta got it, so I just used Ulta points for it. So I think it's just a beautiful palette. Pippa, stop. Beautiful palette there. Very nice shimmery shades with some mattes and this formula. And I have one of their other palettes that I think it's the Après Ski one, or I don't know, or Ocean Jewels. I forget. There's a highlighter one and an eyeshadow one, and I really did like their eyeshadow formula, so I picked that up. And the highlighter is just gorgeous. Of course, it's going to be an untouchable, because I just love the pattern and that beautiful shimmery color. It's the Baked Gelée formula, which Tara Babies is all about. So I think she actually bought backup because she loves it so much. Let's see. Oh, so another thing I did purchase from Ulta was this little Joyful Jumble perfume set. So I love the little mini perfume bottles. I have a display of them. I just love collecting them. I don't know, they're so cute and pretty. So it was just this little set, and you get like 6 deluxe size perfume samples, and a couple of them are repeats, but most of them are new for my collection. So I just figured I'd get that. Get the Giorgio Armani C, which is a nice scent. The Dolce & Gabbana The Only One. Jimmy Choo Fever. Daisy, Marc Jacobs Daisy Love. Ralph Lauren Romance. And last is a brand I don't know. Peyton Define Me. I don't know who that is, but so yeah, I just thought that was a nice, cute, affordable set, because I think there was like some gift with purchase or something. One of the gifts with purchase was the Lorac, I don't know. These are like cream eyeshadow pods, which I had one before from another gift with purchase. And this is the shade Velvet. Um, this formula is beautiful. So when I had the other shade, I was just like, oh, this is beautiful. It's so creamy and pigmented and super like sparkly and metallic. So when they had another, you know, gift with purchase with one of these, I was like, yeah, definitely I want to try another shade. Most of them sold out, so unfortunately I didn't get the second choice shade that I wanted, but you know, I'm still happy with this shade. It's like a kind of cranberry brown, oops, I just dropped it. Cranberry brown shade there. That's metallic. So that was my Ulta order. I ordered this from Sephora, but this was not during the sale or anything. It was nothing new. It's the Natasha Denona 5-pan cranberry palette that she released last year. And I didn't buy it last year because I was like, you know, I really don't need it. And I'll just wait till it goes on sale. So it finally went on sale. You know, usually these are $48 and it went on sale to $34. But I was like, oh, you know, it's still like, I think this was before the Sephora sale, so I was like, I could just wait for the Sephora sale and get that extra 20% off. But then it got even marked down more to $24. And I was like, oh, I better just buy it now because I'm sure I'll be sold out by the Sephora sale. And it was. So I was happy. I got this for $24. The cranberry palette, very like holiday-ish. Like I said, it was from last year. So just picked that up finally. Couple more things, sorry. I had mentioned in my last haul video for October how disappointing the Chanel holiday highlighter was. I bought the eyeshadow quad, which I showcased, and it was beautiful with the imprint, but the highlighter itself was horrible, blurry, did not look very hard pressed at all with the design or imprint, and it was just, ugh. I returned it immediately because I'm like, I'm not spending, you know, this money on this crap. I waited until other retailers like Neiman Marcus, Saks, and everything were getting it. So I was like, okay, let me try and order it again and see if it's any better. It's slightly better. It's not like, it's definitely better than the one I received from Chanel, but it's still not the best that I was expecting from Chanel. But at least here you can see the imprint. Like in the one that I received, you couldn't even see the interlocking CCs in the center there. And the whole like outer embroidery design looked just kind of like blurry and like somebody like pretty much wiped a brush all over it and everything and used it, but I know it wasn't used. But yeah, so this is the one that I got from Neiman's, and I just figured, you know, I'm a collector. I wanted it. It's not completely satisfactory, but it's better than the first one, and I'll just keep it for my collection. So at least I have that. But the new Camellia highlighter that's coming out, that better be a lot better quality than what they did for this one. That's all I have to say. Melt Cosmetics released their Amor Eterno collection, you know, the one with the Dia de los Muertos and skulls, and I love skulls. And so their collection, they like released early, so I was up at like, well, I just woke up naturally at like 1 a.m. and I was like, oh, I could place the order now. So I did. I bought both eyeshadow palettes, even though only like the cooler tone blues and green ones really appealed to me. But I was like, you can't have half of a skull and not the other half, because, you know, they join together and they make the beautiful picture. But then I sold it on Mercari because I was like, why not? It's coming out for Black Friday, I believe, like released for everybody. So I was like, I'm not going to use it, or, you know, before then. So go ahead. If somebody else wants it, I'll sell it. And when it comes out Black Friday, I'll get it again. So I don't have the palettes anymore, unfortunately, on me. But I did definitely keep the highlighter. This beautiful laser cut packaging. And the highlighter is just... ugh. The imprint that they made on this, you can't use it. You just cannot ruin this pattern. I don't know how you can. Look at that. Oh, that skull with the roses and the 3D effect. Oh my gosh, it's just gorgeous. And it's the shade Illuminacion highlight. And yeah, so this is definitely an untouchable for me in my collection. And I feel like, if anything, that would sell out really fast when it's released on Black Friday. So I'm just like, not gonna risk not being able to get it. Barney's is unfortunately closing. I know. It's sad. I mean, I don't shop there too often, but sometimes they would get some new releases that was like before the other department stores and nice. So they are closing. I don't know. I forget who bought them out or whatever. So they had like some discounts on their beauty products and everything. So I decided to get the brand Westman Atelier that you can't that I can't get at the other department stores. It's not sold there. And I got their highlighter. So it was 5% off, which isn't much, of course. But and then of course, like a week later, they mark it even further down, 10%. So I was like, whatever, I already bought it. So it's just this beautiful black, sleek packaging. It's very weighty. It comes in this little leather pouch. I have the bronzer, I think when this collection first launched, but this highlighter, I just decided to splurge for this. It's the Super Loaded Tinted Highlight in Peau de Pêche. It's a lot darker in the pan than I was expecting, but I think when you swatch it, it's just like a peachy kind of goldish highlight. I'm not gonna swatch it yet because I just think it's so pretty, and I can't ruin makeup right away sometimes. Got that. I got this indie brand that I've been seeing popping up here and there on some channels, Menagerie Cosmetics, and it's just like a really cute, innovative brand that usually uses like animals or nature or something in their palette designs and themes. So they had a new palette coming out called Killer Purr palette, kind of like the Lion King, you know, lion safari. And, you know, it was kind of, you know, basic, but I mean like warm tones that I already have, but I was just like, I really want to try that brand. Let me go ahead and pre-order this. And it's this cute packaging, definitely Lion King vibes. And it has just these pretty shades, that green and these golds. So yeah, I was just like, let me try this brand and pre-order that. But while I'm at it, of course, let me try something else from the brand that was catching my eye. So I also got the Violet Ink Pressed Pigment palette, and it's just like this octopus and underwater theme, and these shades just look gorgeous. It's like all these beautiful purple tones. And Tara Babies, on her recent haul, she actually got these two palettes too in her that she showcased, and she does swatches and everything, so it just looked amazing. So I'm so happy to get that. And last couple items, sorry. Lisa Eldridge, oh my gosh, I don't know who she was or is. She's some model, I guess. But when she first came out with her lipsticks, you know, I didn't get my hands on them right away. And of course they sold out. So I was like, oh, you know, they do look beautiful and interesting. And I guess people just love them. So she released her latest shades here, which is in this beautiful red velvet pouch. You could buy them individually or in like sets of 3. So I got the set that was like the lightest nude shades, and you get Velvet Fawn, and it has this pretty gold packaging with her emblem on the top there. And the texture does look very unique, and I don't know if you could really see that, but it has like this little, kind of reminds me of the Pat McGrath texture on her matte lipsticks. That was just very new and interesting for matte lipsticks that you haven't seen anywhere. So this is Velvet Fawn, and it has like a little magnetic closure. I think Michelle Wong does swatch and wear videos of the set, as well as another set that she bought. This is Velvet Beauty, which is a gorgeous like pink rose shade. Lipsticks are very hard for me to swatch to right away because they're just, especially this pattern. And this one is Velvet Muse. So like a nude beige, kind of rosier tone than the Velvet Fawn. So yeah, I got some of her lipsticks finally to try. And then last is another indie brand called Kaleidos Cosmetics. I had hauled a couple of their eyeshadow palettes before, and they released this adorable set of highlighters that, I mean, some of them, you know, I just wouldn't wear as a highlighter because they look very glittery, or kind of like those duochrome shades that, you know, are green or blue or something that I just can't pull off. But I just had to buy the set because the packaging is just amazing. It's like space, outer space themed. So this is the shade Skywalker. It's kind of like a bluish, it's like a tin packaging, and it has a little blue glittery imprint there. This one's Ray Rider, kind of an orangey champagne. Solar Sailor, like a yellow gold. Star Surfer, it's pink. See, some of them do look very glittery, but on some of the swatches I've seen, they weren't so bad. Like some of them are definitely wearable for highlight. Laser Glazer, this beautiful green that I could definitely see as an eyeshadow topper. And last is Comet Catcher. I think this is like also a pinkish kind of shift there. So yeah, I bought the set and it gives you like a little brush of theirs that comes with it. So I could not wait to get that set. It did take a little while for it to ship though, so that was kind of annoying. And that is all for my haul for this month so far. Like I said, Cyber Monday, Black Friday will probably be in its own separate video later on once I place those orders. I did get my first PR package ever. It was a perfume company, kind of smaller perfume brand. Pippa is chasing this light. Reached out to me because they watched my perfume collection video, and so they wanted to see if I would try some of their perfumes and for me to pick out a few scents that appeal to me. And they sent me like so many, and it was just so like crazy that, you know, I'm just like this small little nobody channel, and I finally got some PR. So I'm gonna do a whole separate video dedicated to their scents and what I think about them. There was no stipulations like, you know, you have to give us a good review, you have to like us, blah, blah, blah. So I'm gonna give you my honest and thoughtful opinions about their perfumes. I apologize for not being very active on here lately. I hope I can get back to like a regular schedule, but you know, it's just life, and sometimes you just want to take a break and do stuff for yourself that, you know, unfortunately is not sitting down filming videos. So anyway, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.